NBC TV18, celebrating 15 years of leadership.
Welcome back. You're watching Prime Property. Karnataka's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah this week said he will initiate a probe into unauthorized high-rise apartments in Bengaluru and take stringent action against builders. He has been quoted as saying in the Legislative Assembly, "We will inspect above 15-meter tall apartments in Bengaluru and initiate stern action against builders violating construction norms." The Chief Minister asserted that his government is not under the spell of the builders' lobby and would not hesitate to take action against them, however strong and influential they may be. Siddaramaiah stated in the State Assembly, in all, 97 high-rise buildings had come up in the city in the last 5 years, and that's after obtaining clearances from 9 agencies, including the Karnataka State Pollution Control Board. Now let's head to Gurgaon. This on the NH8 behind Leela Hotel and Gurgaon's biggest mall is the Ambience Lagoon. It's considered to be a premium condominium with a starting price of 3.5 crore rupees for an apartment, and residents here are at war with their builder Ambience. On November 22nd, citing shoddy maintenance, the Ambience Lagoon Apartments Residents Welfare Association seized the security of the residential compound. The association has put up this makeshift tent to protect themselves from the cold, and residents in batches of a minimum of 4 take turns to man the entrance 24 hours a day. The association says it's doing this to ensure the builder does not return with his own security. The RWA has also hired its own security agency. And this is not the first time the residents have fought with Ambience. Earlier in September this year, the Supreme Court had upheld the Consumer Court's verdict and instructed Ambience to refund 70% of the maintenance fee it has collected since 2002, as it had failed to deliver all the amenities it had committed to at the time of purchase. As many as 66 residents had gotten together to prove to the courts that Ambience did not provide all the elevators it had promised at the time of allotment, and that the maintenance was also not up to the mark, as the lifts were too slow and prone to frequent breakdowns. Ambience now says it will refund these 66 residents and not all 345 flat owners. As for residents seizing control, Ambience tells CNBC TV18 it cannot hand over maintenance to an association not recognized by law. Ambience, promoted by Raj Singh Gehlot, says it will transfer the maintenance to Lagoon Residential Apartment Complex Association, as that is the body registered in the deed of declaration, that is the main instrument filed before the registrar while transferring ownership from the developer to apartment owners. As per Haryana Apartments Ownership Act, it is the only legally permissible route, says Ambience. The developer argues the other association, the one that has taken over the maintenance and security, that's the Ambience Lagoon Apartments Residents Welfare Association, was told to become a part of the legally recognized association free of cost and even participate in the elections. This offer was rejected, and it was alleged the developer was propping up another association made up of his family members. I reached out to the Ambience Lagoon Residential Apartment Complex Association to find out more.
The builder's role in law is limited to building a complex and then handing it over to the residents. And they've been demanding this for more than 9 years, and under some pretext or the other, it's been denied. If you really look into the facts, if you see the complex today, while the residents have been paying about more than 2.5 crores of maintenance every year, our fire systems have in fact not been working properly. The whole complex requires maintenance which goes into crores right now. There were guards who were not being paid salaries over months, and they've been complaining. So if you really look at all that as a service provider, they completely fail, and they continue to deny handing over. So it came to a point where the residents had to step in and take control of their own requirements, which was around housekeeping, safety, and the entire takeover and maintenance of the complex. So that really triggered it, this continuous degradation and disregard for the wishes of the residents.
But is this association legally recognized to take over the maintenance and security from the builder? Ambience says it's not.
No, it is a legal body. If you look into the Haryana Apartment Act, it says a residents association has to be formed by the residents, and this association was formed in and around 2002, 2003, around that period of time. So, and the Act very clearly says that, if you look at the Haryana Apartment Act, that a body of residents to be formed by the residents. So clearly it's an association of the residents by the residents. And secondly, if you even look at the town planning department, there are directives, orders, clarification which say that the residents association has to be formed by the residents.
But what is the permanent solution? This, I'm sure, cannot carry on forever, where residents are manning the gates. What is your long-term solution, the permanent solution also for housekeeping and maintenance? Well,
the permanent solution is very simple. The permanent solution says that the builder should hand over maintenance of the complex to the residents. Now, where it becomes impermanent is that there's a deeper conspiracy around this whole thing, that the builder goes around 7 years later, forms an association, has about 25-30 residents, of which some are family members, who continue to interfere with the wishes of the 90% residents who've basically chosen the resident association to be handed over maintenance. So if you look at it in the context of what the residents want and what the law says, we've got what we need. But in terms of having another body which has been floated by the builder 7 years later by 10 or 11 of his family members, without the wishes of the residents, clearly creates a situation where this is being tried to be positioned as either a conflict or a bilateral dispute with the two associations. And we've been very candid and open. We said, look, we are willing to talk to the authorities, which we've done. We're willing to talk to any resident who has a complaint. But I would say the permanent solution really lies with the authorities. I think it's time they took notice that the residents are not going to sit down and continue to be bullied, continue to be sort of subjugated to the wishes which they want for the builders to be served. And it's time that the whole state takes account of governance the way it's being handled right now.
I have to ask you this as an outsider. If all of you are so unhappy, why haven't you sold out? There are other many premium projects that are available in Gurgaon. Why go through this?
Well, that's a very loaded question you're asking me. I don't think moving away from a problem really solves any problem. The reality is that this has become an epidemic in Gurgaon. I think it's largely to with the fact that a lot of people moved into the city, and which is great, it's a good place to live. But clearly the laws, the way they're written on paper, the way they're implemented, is a huge gap. And I think that's really where the governance can come and play a role. So the residents don't believe running away is really a solution. I think if the authorities take notice of what's really happening here, they can certainly improve both the quality of the consumer life and also put the builder community at large, make them more accountable. All we've done here and the residents have done here is, really make the builder more accountable to the residents and demanded what they really deserve.
But have you tried to arrive at a solution? You've been saying that this has been carrying on for many years. Have you held talks recently with the developer? Have you reached out to other authorities in the government?
We have, in fact, reached out to all the authorities. We've met the builder. In fact, it's all on record. You can see it. There were about, more than 200 people who surrounded the complex once it was taken over. And the DC, the MLA, the Director General Town Planner, the State Town Planner, every authority which is relevant, which is required, we've met them. We've met the builder. As I said, someone really needs to look into this whole, I would say, reason. Why is it that the builder is denying residents what is due to them? What is the reason? And the fact of the matter is that the law very clearly says the deed of declaration has to be filed by the builder within 90 days. 2,500 plus days later it was filed. No cognizance was taken by the authorities. There is a certain plan which is approved, which has to be filed with the deed of declaration. It has never been seen by the residents. The bylaws which it claims were a part of the deed of declaration, no one has seen them from the official records of, where they came. So if you really look at it and put everything in context, I think, as I said to you, there's certainly a deeper reason why this is all being done.
Now this association has taken over the maintenance and the security. I just want to ask you, are you all still paying the maintenance fee to the developer?
No, well, as I mentioned to you, the builders, role in maintenance is no more there. It's over. The residents on 21st of November, they terminated the agreement. and thereafter they handed over to the residents body Al-Arwa. And since then, more than 70%, as I said, have voted, supported their association. More than majority have started contributing. We have our own agencies who run the complex here, whether it's for housekeeping, maintenance and so forth. So there really is no role for the builder here.
I know many of the residents, 66 residents, had gone to the consumer court for another maintenance issue that had to do with lifts. This one that's going on right now, where you've taken over the security, housekeeping, etc. Have you sought legal recourse? Have you approached the courts as yet?
No, we haven't. In fact, we are on court on a land dispute, which is sub judice right now. And in terms of maintenance, as I said to you, we've been demanding it, so we haven't gone to court.
Okay, if you don't want to go to the courts, have you considered arbitration? Have you considered amicable resolution?
No, so are you saying that if 10, 11 residents who are part of the family of the builder and few other residents who try and create this create a bilateral dispute, is there an arbitration required for that?
I have no one to say anything. All I'm saying is, you say you have an association which is legally recognized. The developer says no, that's not a legal association, that the maintenance and security can only be transferred to another association. So all I'm asking is that have you considered the possibility of an amicable resolution, even if it's by arbitration?
The competent authority in this is really the town planning. We went to them, they asked us to hold elections of the two associations. We did that. The residents, in large majority voted in favor of the association. Thereafter, the matter was referred to, some other authority. I think the Societies Act or something. So we've done everything which is required. I think arbitration is needed when the authorities are not really taking note of what has to be done. This has been going on for more than 6 months now, since we've been, demanding that you hand over maintenance to us, and did everything what the authorities asked us to do.
The residents seized the maintenance from Ambience almost 30 days back. We'll keep a close eye on this developing story. For now, we're going to slip into a short break. On the other side, we find out just how big a hit the 3-day-long Great Online Shopping Festival by Google was. Stay tuned.
CNBC TV 18, celebrating 15 years of leadership.